Alright, hello everyone, how's it going? This is Christopher here, of course, and Mikey also here. Today we have another custom minifigure showcase. Oh yeah, it's been quite a while, but I wanted to sort of get back into it and maybe make a few customs here and there. I won't be making a bunch of customs, but, I wouldn't mind making the occasional now and again. But I wanted to do something special for sort of getting back into this, and that is, of course, making one of my first customs and sort of modifying it and trying to update it a little bit to the best of my ability. That, of course, was Korra's, sort of the one that really kicked off a massive wave of customs for me. I started making a bunch of Korra customs, and then I went back and redid some of them on occasion, like I did, I updated Bolin a while ago, which was pretty fun, several years ago, and I definitely think he looks better than the that original version that I made. But I don't know why I didn't think about this, but one of the cool things I like about LEGO recently is they're doing more accurate skin tones, not all just sort of the, the more pale color that we usually get. But yeah, they've been really adding some more, newer skin tones and stuff like that. Like recently Andor got an update for that and everything. He used to be a lot more white than he is in the Rogue One sets, but now that he looks more accurate to his actor, which I think is cool. But yeah, so I saw this random head. It was just lying around just on my table, completely blank. There was no printing on it at all, and I was like, wait a second, I could update Korra, because I mean, she's always been like, the minifigure has always been white, but obviously she's much darker in this series, much more tanned, so I thought it'd be cool, yeah, to update the minifigure. I didn't update too much. I updated the arms and I updated the head. Everything else is pretty much the same. I kind of wanted to leave it sort of like a hodgepodge, like sort of to show like where we are now and everything like that. And how we can make minifigures more accurate to their source material, but also sort of like to be reminiscent of like the old classic, minifigures that I used to make and everything like that. So I'll show you everything that I changed and sort of go over the minifigure again. So starting off with your legs, you can see here the the boots have been around for quite a while. How I made these actually was with a paint marker, so that tells you how long I've had these. I don't really use paint markers anymore. But I will say it mostly is held up. You can see the tops there, the higher part of the boot, I think has held up pretty well. Everything else is kind of faded, either due to sun or just, I don't know. I mean, this minifigure has been around for a while, so I'm sure the paint is bound to fade eventually. The white actually has stayed pretty much the same too. That is also paint marker too. I think most of this minifigure was made with paint marker, which I don't use anymore. Not that paint marker is bad, but it sort of can be a little goopy and stuff like that, and kind of leave larger sort of like, messy bits and everything like that, which you can kind of see there with the fur lining, which of course is purposeful, but, you can see how that could be a problem. It's also a little tacky and stuff too. Not like, oh, that's so tacky, but like actually like the texture is kind of tacky sometimes with the paint marker. Of course, the legs have stayed the same. They are just, dark blue legs and everything. I also did update her skirt as well. The base of it, you can't really see anymore. I think I painted both sides, but I believe it was black at one point, or gray. I don't remember exactly. Used to be a skirt piece that I cut, I think, or it could have been like this already. I'm pretty sure I cut it, because that looks like a rough edge. That looks like a cut right there, whereas this does not. So I think that's how I did it. I probably cut a skirt piece from a minifigure collectible series or whatever, probably Marge or something like that from The Simpsons, I don't know. But yeah, I painted it all brown, possibly with a paint marker, I'd imagine. So I did a few coats, and it actually has held up much better than the legs, so that's good. Obviously different material, plastic versus fabric, but or canvas or whatever. I did repaint the whites on it, which I think looks much better. It was definitely much more faded. It was sort of like a brownish white before because of the fading, but now it is definitely a stronger, starker white, so I do like that. That's good. The torso has stayed the same. I just had this like plain, like dark blue torso and everything like that, and I added some detail with the blue paint marker, and of course you've got the whites right there. She's got some back detailing as well, sort of her curves and the just her back muscles and everything like that. Obviously I had to update the arms because the arms originally were the lighter tone flesh color, but now they have the more accurate darker tone, which I gotta say wasn't too hard to find. I used these from I forget, I think it's Chip that's the whiter one and Dale is the darker one, but I kind of stole his arms, so don't tell Dale, alright? But I think I like the paint job that I did in this a little better than the original one. I think it looks a little more accurate. I think the original one also probably used paint markers, so there we go. I just used normal paint. We've got various different shades of blue. We've got sort of her armband right there with sort of the triangle triangle oval type like shapes there, I guess, in dark blue or sort of light blue. And you've got the dark blue bands going around and stuff, and then you also have on both sides she has these like dark blue like sort of bracelets slash gauntlets and stuff like that. So, and of course, you know, the base of it is the arm from Chip, this sort of nice, I believe it's called Nougat. It looks really cool and it looks more accurate. It took me a while to get used to this because of course I've been seeing this minifigure as it was for several years, but I do like the change. I think it does feel more accurate to her character in the show. And of course I changed her head completely too. I tried to match the original paint job as best as I could. I think the eyes might be a little darker on this one, but that's okay. She's got sort of similar smile there, and you know, you've got these sort of anime eyes and everything with the white and then the blue dot, and then you've got some eyebrows up there. This hairpiece has been the same for a while too. I think the original one that I had at one point was not this hairpiece, maybe? I could be mistaken, but this is a Lego Friends hairpiece that looks really good. It's very accurate to her appearance in the show. Maybe some modification you can make it even more accurate, but I think it looks really good. So there we go. That is Korra from Book 1. I guess Book 1 through Book 3 really doesn't change all that much until Book 4. But yeah, I'd love to do this again. I'd love to modify some more minifigures. Maybe I'll make some more Korra minifigures I haven't made before. I don't really have any plans right now. I have plans for one other custom minifigure that I won't talk about yet, because I kind of want to do a big video about that and sort of show my process of trying to figure out how to make this minifigure. It's not a complex minifigure, but I just sort of thought it would be kind of fun to see the process and everything. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye!